בעזרת השם, ליקוטי מוהר"ן רבנו הקדוש, תורה מ"ו 46. וזה פירוש, and that's the explanation of the verse, האירו ברקב תבל ראתה. When the lightnings of Hashem Yitbarach are shining, illuminating, glowing, so tevel rata, so all of the world can see the light of Hashem Yitbarach. So the word tevel, the world, זה the creation, זה בחינות מחאת כפיים. It's the aspect of clapping the hands. כי ימין זה עין בית, ושמאל זה ריש יוד וו, because the right is 72 and the left side is 216. ועל ידי שנכללים זה בזה, those two things in one means the two hands including themselves together, clapping hands, נעשה שני פעמים ריש יוד וו. By doing that, you have twice the power that comes from the left side that becomes to be the normal value of the word tevel. So it's very hard for us to understand how deep is the secret of Hashem Yitbarach, of how He created the world. For us, when we live our lives, we live physical life. You have, okay, my hands, I need them, I'm eating with them, I'm holding with them, I'm gonna cut my fingernails, I'm not gonna button my sleeves, I'm not gonna do it. Everything is very physical, but the truth is that we don't understand how spiritually wired we are. We don't understand how connected we are from our inside to the Creator. How wild and how amazing and how divine is the spiritual world that is being blocked and being hidden by the physicality of this world. Actually, the truth is that everything that we see is only the coverings of what it really happens. You cannot see what it goes on because you are stuck outside. Okay, no, here's the mic. No, yeah, the table. There's no mic. There's no table. Those are just coverings for the reality of the spiritual world, the way that God is revealing Himself. But we as small souls with small vessels to understand, with tiny vessels to understand, we're not able to receive the light in full power. So this is why Hashem must cover and cover and cover and hide and hide and hide in so many layers that we will be able to at least receive something. Because if not, if God will just uncover the world, the secret of the creation, we're all going to disappear in that light. We won't be able to hold it. We're just going to be washed in the light and going to disappear in the sea of souls, and that's it. And it's all going to be ruined. But there is some kind of tikkun. And we need to understand the meaning of the word tikkun. Tikkun is to fix. So how can it be that we need to fix? What have we broken? What have we done that was so bad? What is the meaning of this word tikkun? So, if a person now sinned, let's say that he lied to his friend. His friend asked him something and he decided to lie. So it's an avera. You're not allowed to lie. First of all, you're not allowed to lie. If now you're going to go to the field and going to try to do tshuva, and you're going to go to Hashem and you're going to tell Him, listen Hashem, today I lied to my friend, I don't want to do it anymore, please help me never to lie. It's okay, maybe it's going to erase the sin itself, but it's not going to stop you from doing it again. Why? Because you fixed it only in the outside layer, in the lowest layer of that sin, and you haven't uproot it from its roots, from the beginning of it. Why? Because if you now just confessed on the fact that you were sinning means that you were lying to Him, You were confessing only on what that actually you made, the mistake that you made, the failure that you failed in the physical world. But you had a reason for that failure, why I was lying to my friend. That is something that I wasn't confessing on. If I made tshuva on the fact that I was sinning, so okay, the sin disappeared. I erased the sin by apologizing, by fixing it. But the reason that because of that reason I was sinning, I haven't confessed on it yet. So the reason is still there. So it's just going to make me sin again in the future. And we don't want that. So the real tikkun is to come to the reason why we're sinning and to uproot the reason for us sinning. Not the sins themselves. So to sit and to learn all day long, Shulchan Aruch, how I should behave, what should I do? Okay, great, maybe you're going to function perfectly in the end of the day, but it doesn't mean that you're close to Hashem. Every one of my students, with time, coming to that point of understanding how much upset they are, how much angry they are, how much frustrated they are from Hashem. From Hashem. Because for years they could play and could act like, no, me, I love Hashem, Hashem is good. You can also teach that Hashem is good. You can preach that Hashem is good. You can bring evidence that Hashem is good. Everything. But you're not dealing with the fact that you, inside, frustrated. You can even hate Hashem in your heart. And because that you're not dealing with it, you don't want to experience it, you don't want to feel that, you don't want to confront your fears, you don't want to confront that fear that you have, to say those words to Hashem Yitbarach. And we can discuss if it's right, if it's wrong, maybe you're wrong feeling those feelings, maybe you're right, maybe Hashem done something, maybe Hashem, we can discuss it. But as long as you're not going to deal with it and you're just going to try to look good or to behave good or to fulfill your obligation or to be politically correct with Hashem, you will never going to fix the problem. I'm telling you, the Shekhinah Kedosha is screaming every day, I'm not accepting your apologizing Hashem. I'm not going to let you, איך אומרים? להנחם, מענה להנחם, condolation. Console. I'm not going to let you console me. No way. Why? What's happened? Hashem is apologizing. Hashem is saying, my daughter. Hashem is saying, my wife. Hashem is promising, I'm going to build you Beit HaMikdash. Don't worry. What is she saying? The Shekhinah Kedosha? She says, no way. She says, hell no. I'm not coming back. She says, until you're going to change, not promises. I can't hear more promises. That is the voice of the Shekhinah. Students of mine that are calling me, that are sending emails and saying, hey, I can't stand it anymore. That's it. I'm not following it. That's it. They're not falling. They're just coming closer to the truth. They're not falling from the path because they stopped denying and making up stories of like acting like righteous. They're just reaching their inner point, their inner sorrow, their inner pain, inner suffering that they have, that they were denying and was avoiding it for years. Before you deal with who that you are, with your angers, with your frustration, with your madness, with your craziness, as a Holocaust survivor, as a person that went through trauma, that been raped, that been abused for years, that's how you feel, even if you haven't. That's how you feel, because you're not afraid, you're not a new soul. You came here with a huge cargo, with a huge yoke on your back, with a huge horrific past of generations, and you have those emotions inside of you. And if you're not going to deal with it, if you're not going to be able to talk to Hashem Yitbarach, you know how many people told me, and I'm saying to you the truth, how many people told me until today, if Hashem was a physical person, I would punch him in the face. You know how many people I heard saying those words? And I'm telling you, you can be upset, you can say, no, you're not supposed to talk like that. Okay, I hear you, but I know the hearts of those people that said those words to me, and they're honest people. They're very dignified people. Very honest, very pure, very holy. People that are really searching for Hashem. People that gave a lot to Hashem. People that loved Hashem. People that were caring about Hashem. People that were praying, crying for Hashem's salvation, for the children. People that are doing a lot for Hashem, giving charity and sacrificing themselves and doing long itbodeduyot. And what now you're going to say? We're not people that's supposed to lie to ourselves. If we have a frustration, if we have a problem with someone, we need to go and talk to him about it. We need to open the cards. And if you want, no, let's play like Hashem is all good and we don't have no problem, it's not going to bring the salvation. It's not going to bring the salvation. If you want the salvation, so you need to want the truth. Maybe after you're going to finish complaining on Hashem Yitbarach and Hashem just going to a little bit show you how many complaints He's got on you, maybe it's going to be very hard for you to deal with also. Maybe you don't want to confront Him face to face. Maybe this is why you're hiding. But still, at least admit that you're hiding. At least admit that you're far. And I'm telling you, if you listen to me, if you want to hear the truth from my point of view, what that I see, in the end of that investigation, when you're going to clarify everything, you're going to see that everyone were righteous. And it was all a misunderstanding. Just a misunderstanding. He will not going to be able to blame you on your mistakes, and you won't be able to blame him on his mistakes, and you're going to apologize on what that he thought that you were doing wrong, and you're going to apologize on what that he was thinking that you were doing wrong, and from both sides, we're all going to be righteous. You know why? Because that's the truth. And the Yetzer Hara is destroying the Shlom Bayit. All of the time he's telling you bad things about Hashem and you're buying them. And he's going to Hashem and saying bad things about you and Hashem is buying them. And Hashem is letting him talk and you let him talk. And then the Yetzer Hara is separating and creating separations between us to ourselves. Because we and him are one soul. And the thing that we're suffering from the most is the separation. But the separation is being caused because that we're following the advice of Yetzer Hara, that we listen to the nonsense, that we listen to the lie, that we follow the lies. But if you're really going to follow the truth, and now in your level, the truth is that Hashem is good, and you see that in your level, from your perspective, Hashem is not functioning well, so the truth is to go and talk to Him about it. What's the problem? Why to lie? No, I cannot say that about Hashem. Go say it to Hashem. You don't need to be gossip to go and talk Lashon Hara on Hashem to your followers. You don't need to start saying bad things on Hashem. Go talk to Hashem about it. If you have a problem with your wife, you need to go and tell it to your friends? No, you need to go and speak about it with your wife. Sit with her. That's honesty. That's friendship. Sit with her. Tell her, listen, I don't understand. Why you behaving like that? Why are you acting like that? Can you? Maybe I was wrong. Tell me, please. You need to prepare yourself to be punched in the face. Maybe she's going to explain to you big time why she was behaving like that. Maybe you don't want to deal with that. That's also fine. Okay, but at least you should know that you're not dealing with it because you don't want to deal with it. Don't start going and saying, no, she's wrong. You don't know, it's a bad wife. No, it's a perfect wife. Just you don't want to deal with what did she got to tell you. The same with Hashem. Hashem is perfect. But you don't want to deal with what that He's got to say on you. You don't want to hear your lackings. You don't want to hear how far you are. So you rather to feel that He is far. But also to feel that He is far is a certain level of truth. Because He is far. He made Himself far from you, but from a reason. So it depends on the person how deep you're ready to come in closer and closer to search for the truth. But the truth is there. If you really want to find the truth, you're going to find it. It's going to hit you in the face. It's going to come straight to your heart. And you're going to feel it. And you're going to know that it's the truth. It might be very, very, very terrifying, insulting, humiliating. Great. But if you're a real humble person, you will deal with it. You're going to say, okay, you're right. I'm sorry. There's no problem with that. The problem that a person have with dealing with his lackings, it's only that his will is not aimed to that. He doesn't really want to deal with his lackings. This is why he's struggling with his lackings. He's suffering from realizing how weak he is because he doesn't want to be weak. Not because that he's strong and now he is realizing that he's weak. He's not strong, he's weak. But he doesn't want to deal with his weakness. So this is why he's suffering every time that something is reminding him, hey, you're weak. But if he will want to find the truth, he will not gonna care. He will be able to say to Hashem Yitbarach, hey, I'm weak. What do you want? I'm weak. And in that moment that you're just gonna say to Hashem Yitbarach, I'm weak, Hashem gonna tell you, I know, it's okay. I wasn't upset. I wasn't angry. It's cool. I know, you're weak. I made you weak. I didn't give you powers, actually. I'm sorry. And you come back to be good friends again. But because that you don't want to deal with the fact that you're weak, so you pretend to be strong. And then when you're strong and then you're falling, you say, you have issues with Hashem. Hey, what's going on? Hashem just tried to bring you to the truth. And you're failing. And why you're failing? Because you try to set yourself up in a level that not really belongs to you. No, I'm supposed to be righteous. No, I'm supposed to serve Hashem. No, I'm supposed to be pure. No, I'm supposed to be wise. I'm supposed to remember. I'm supposed to feel. I'm supposed to have. You're not. You're zero. You're just nothing. So just accept it. When you're able to accept it, so then nothing insults you. If you're trying to stand on a huge mountain and someone's going to knock you down, you're going to fall. You're going to have a huge falling. But if you understand that you're humble, that you're like Mount Sinai, you know for sure, I am the lowest mountain of them all. I'm lying with my face on the ground. I told you that in Bodedut of mine that I had. Once I went to do it Bodedut close to Kivrei HaMaccabim in Modi'in. And I was walking over there, it was quiet, it was nice, and I was able to talk to Hashem. And then I said to myself, okay, you're a piece of earth, piece of Adamah, that's what you are. So maybe connect yourself to that. Maybe you're going to feel a little bit of what it means to be just a piece of mud, a piece of earth. And so I laid myself down on the ground with all of my body on the ground, the grass, it was nice, it was a summer day, with my face to the ground, my nose on the ground and everything, 100% humiliated with the earth, with the ground. And then I said to myself, okay, so what's the difference between you and the earth? What's the difference between you both? And I took a long breath, deep breath, and I said that the ground smells good and you stink. That's the only difference between you two. You're both nothing, just it smells good and you stink. That's the only thing. If you go that low just to smell yourself, to deal with yourself. Rabbi Nachman of Breslev said on Moshe Rabbeinu, he said, for me it was so hard to understand. How can it be that Moshe Rabbeinu was also Isha Elokim, a man of God that received the Torah, was talking to Hashem face to face, and also he was a human being? How can it be that he was a human being? For Rabbi Natan, it was very hard to understand. And he said, but when I saw Rabbi Nachman of Breslev, it answered. I realized you can be that person and also to feel nauseous and to puke and to be weak and to go to the bathroom and what to do. It's reality. You need to deal with the fact that you're physical. And when you are physical, you have that point, that in that point you're the most humble person in the world. Means you're the most lowest person in the world. Because when God made the man, so he took the earth from the four corners of the world. It means that he took a tiny amounts of earth, of dust from all of the world. And he just took it all from all of the world and made the shape of a human being. That was Adam Arishon, Adam v'Chava. That was them. So now, when that soul of Adam v'Chava been divided to many, many millions of souls that we have today, so every one of them received to itself a physical body that is coming from a different point on the earth, on the world, and he received a soul that is unique, that is divided also and different from every other people around the world. So you're unique in one way, that no one else is unique like you and special like you and connected to Hashem Yitbarach from your link, from your channel. No one else got your soul. No one else got your soul. And also, no one is as low as you. No one also made out of that ground piece of mud that you're made of. No one. So no one is lower than you, and no one is higher than you. So every time in your Avodat Hashem, you need to connect yourself to that part. What is more important now? That I'm going to work for my soul, or that I'm going to understand my limits? So in every moment of your life, you need to connect yourself to who that you are. And to work on the inner part, on the inner connection with Hashem, that it must be a connection that based on truth, on trust, on love. If you have angers on Hashem Yitbarach and you're not going to talk to Him about it, you're not serving Him. You might be idolizing Him and then going and sinning behind His back. You're far from the truth. You think He cannot see you when you're sinning? You think that He needs your praises and your words of songs when your heart is not there? If you hate Him in your heart, if you have problems with Him in your heart, so Hashem is saying, Mi bikesh zot miyadchem, who asked you to do those things? I wanted you to do those things. I wanted you to be there with me. When Hashem is inviting you to His house, and then you come to the temple, to the Beit HaMikdash, and you couldn't care less about Hashem. You're just making your own feasts and celebrations like you're in a hotel or something. So Hashem is saying, why did I call you? You're my children. What's going on? Are you my children? You act like foreigners. What's going on? In every situation you need to understand. Hashem Yitbarach is a person of truth, is God of truth. He is revealing the truth. And if you want the truth, you're going to have Hashem, you're going to have it. And if you still deny and you're still not ready to receive it, Hashem cannot do anything to help you. Hashem cannot help you because He is truth. When He is coming, truth is coming. When Hashem Yitbarach is coming, He is bringing the truth with Him. If you're still holding in that level of denial, no, I don't want to hear about it. No, I don't want to deal with that. No, don't tell me. Okay, no problem. But you're not going to progress. You're not going to find Hashem Yitbarach. So now, you found an amazing house, you want to fix that apartment, you want to bring your family, great, but it needs to be fixed. It needs to have a tikkun. So now it's going to take 3 weeks, 3 years, 3 decades to fix that house. What you going to do? First of all, you're going to deal with the problems. You're not starting getting into the new house with putting the candlelights and doing kiddush for Shabbat. That's not how you start building your house. First of all, you need to destroy. First of all, you need to get rid of all of the filth. First of all, you need to work hard. You need to sweat. Azorim bedim'ah, the one that are planting with tears, they're going to harvest with joy. Very nice, so with songs, they're going to harvest. They're going to pick the fruits, the sweet fruits of the labor. If you want to find something, if yagata umatzata ta'amin, only if you put effort and then you found, now you're going to believe. You think that it's just going to be so quick and no, what's going on? Why don't have it? Everyone have houses. No one got anything, I tell you. Rabbi Nachman of Breslov said, I met rich people, I met wise people, I met geniuses, I met everyone. He said, I haven't seen one person that had olam hazeh, this world, that he was happy in this world. I haven't found one. This world does not exist. It's not exist. You cannot find happiness in this world. Happiness is not based on this world, in this world at all. Shasimcha bimono, the happiness is with Hashem. Where is Hashem? In the place that calls Ma'on. And in Ma'on, Hashem is alone in that place, in Ma'on. But Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he was able to reach that place. How was Rabbi Shimon able to reach that place? Because he nullified himself completely. Moshe Rabbeinu was able to go to that place alone. Only Moshe and Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, like that it's written, Alita on Moshe Rabbeinu, Alita lamarom shavita shevi. You went up to heaven and you took Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. How? How both of them were there? Because both of them were nullifying themselves completely to Hashem Yitbarach. And then when you don't have no figure, no size, no will, no desires, no needs, and you just throw yourself on Hashem, what do you want from me? What the hell do you want from me? I'll do it. What do you want? What do you want, Hashem? What do you want? Who is purifying you? Mi metaer etchem. Who is purifying you? Father in heaven, commit yourself to Him, to the truth. So now the truth is going to hit you in the face. If you're afraid of the pain, it means that you still hold your face. That you're still important. No, I don't want to be punched. I don't want to be humiliated. Oh, it hurts. Everybody hurts. Sometimes. Don't be sometimes. Hashem, what do you want me to die? I'm ready to die. You want me to suffer? I would love to. What do you want me to suffer? What? You want me to be humiliated? Okay, Hashem, humiliate me. What do you want, Hashem? You want me to be poor? Okay, take my money. Here, Hashem. What do you want, Hashem? What do you want me to do? What can Hashem do to you, Ribbon Shalom? What can happen to you? You're afraid of the enemy. What? There was a thief, a gazlan. I went to Rav Stern, he told me that person is gazlan mideoraita, he's a thief mideoraita. He tried to steal my property, my house that I lived in. He tried to do things against halakha, against the rules of the states, against an animal doesn't, maybe animals behave like he behaved. I went to Rav Stern looked at me, told me, but I don't understand why you're so afraid of him. And I was quiet. I knew I was afraid of that person. He told me, what can he do to you? He gonna slap you in the face? And then what? You're so afraid to deal with that person with no reason. If you would just understand how worthless he is, how empty he is, how Hashem can kill him in the middle of the night even if he wants, how he can fall on his own knife if he comes to stab you, how he doesn't have no existence. Hashem runs the show and you're afraid. You're not afraid of him. He's not your problem. You're afraid. You're afraid to deal with your emotions. People afraid to talk to their parents, afraid to change their outfits, afraid to move to a religious area, afraid to convert, afraid to learn Torah, afraid to cover their heads, afraid to be fired from quit their job, afraid to stop working in Shabbat, You're afraid of yourself, from your own shadows, from your own imaginations. There's nothing there. Nothing there. Like I told you, that friend that asked me, a student of mine asked me, what do you want? What should I do? I have a big deal and that partner, I'm afraid. Should I quit? Shouldn't I quit? Should I work with him? I told him, if he is holding your money, that person is blocking you from finding the money from Hashem, Hashem is giving you the money. So you need to kick that person out of your picture, out of your life. Tell him, I'm not working with you. Just because that he is in charge on your income, so tell him, I'm not working with you anymore. If he is the one that gives you the money, tell him, okay, I quit. I'm not working for you anymore. Not everyone are able to do that. Rav Shalom Arush once said it in class. He said, not everyone are able to do that. But the brave people should say to Hashem Yitbarach, and I'm saying to you, don't say that. Don't imagine to yourself that you're brave, because you're not. And then I don't have time to answer all of your emails. But Rav Shalom said, if you want to be brave, you should say to Hashem Yitbarach, I don't want to receive anything from you if I haven't prayed for that thing before. If I haven't prayed for it, I don't want it. Only if I pray for it, I want to receive it. Only if I'm worthy, I want to receive it. If I'm not worthy, I don't want it. You need to be a huge hero to risk yourself to say those words to Hashem. A lot of things can be blocked now. But if you're crazy enough to follow your heart, to be with Hashem, you can throw yourself on Hashem. And then you say, Hashem Yitbarach, I, like the dove said, I am ready to eat my bitter fruits from the trees and not to receive sweet fruits from the hands of human beings. I'd rather to be poor and to be alone and to be broken and to know that I'm righteous, to feel complete with myself, to know that I'm holding the truth, that I'm not lying to myself, than to work for a system that I don't feel complete with, to work for people that I feel like they're lying and they're making bad things, and I don't want to work in that company. To have a relationship with your parents and you feel that they're destroying you and breaking your spirit and denying your being, your spiritual being. You just need to work and you just need to be there in time and you just need... I don't want that. I'd rather to sleep in the streets. I'd rather to sleep as a homeless in the central station than not to lie to myself for the rest of my life. That's the truth. What's going to happen to you? Maximum, you're going to die. That's the maximum that can happen to you. You're going to die. So, and then what? You're just going to be with Hashem. What's going to happen to you? You're going to die. Okay, let's say you died. And now what? Why to be so scared of every situation? No, I might die. You're going to die. Okay, anyway, you're going to die. Let's face it. Everyone's going to die. I'm going to live forever. I'm also going to die. Everyone's going to die. Everyone's going to die. So we need to fix what it means to fix. To fix in the roots of the problem. The roots of the problem is the lack of communication with Hashem. It's the lack of faith. This is what that brought you to sin. This is what that brought you to be afraid. This is what the fact that you heard Lashon Hara on Hashem, that you thought bad thoughts about Hashem, that you had opinions on Hashem, that's what that brought you to sin. That's what that brought you to take decisions and to stand up for yourself and to fight because you think that you have some existence, because you followed your imagination, your false imaginations. That's your problem. Your problem is your lack of communication, lack of unity with Hashem Yitbarach. So the solution is to come back to Hashem. To do tshuva means to come back to Hashem. To go and to have long conversations on the topics that are disturbing you and bothering you the most. That's what you need to do. To do tshuva, Hashem, I'm sorry, I didn't woke up early enough today, I didn't say Kriyat Shema. It doesn't help anything. You may be fulfilling your obligation by the Shulchan Aruch. Maybe. You cannot really regret like you should all the way if you just saying the text of tshuva that like Rambam said. Really you feel that you regret only when you feel that you've been rejected from Hashem Yitbarach. So now if you haven't woke up early enough to say Kriyat Shema in the right time, you need to deal with the reason. Not that the problem is not that you woke up late. There is halachat for a person that woke up late. The problem is why I rather to sleep late, rather to go and sleep late at night. Why I rather not to wake up. Why when I heard the bell, the ring, I didn't open my eyes. I rather to sleep and to hide for another hour in bed. Why am I sad? Why am I depressed? Why am I lazy? Why I don't want to deal with my life? Why I don't want to wake up? Why am I so upset? That is the investigation. So don't do tshuva on everything every day. Take one point to the field and work on it today. Hashem, I'm sorry I rebuked my wife. That's the problem. Why do I have so many issues with my wife? Why I cannot love her like I want to? Why I don't feel like I want to give her my heart, my neshama? What is blocking? What's going on? What are my desires that I'm not being answered, I'm not receiving? Why I'm not being satisfied? What is making me be that frustrated person that now can find himself rebuking his wife in the middle of the night? Why? Why I became to be that person? Not, Hashem, I'm sorry I rebuked my wife. It doesn't help, it's not your problem. Your problem is that you hate yourself. Your problem is that you have issues with yourself, that you still haven't found your destiny in life. That you still don't feel loyal to yourself and complete with yourself and happy with yourself. That you're struggling with what I'm going to do, what should I do, what I must do, what people are forcing me to. You're not yourself. You lived in an imaginary world of fears and anxieties and needs, and you're not yourself. I told you that long time ago. If you feel like serving Hashem Yitbarach because you must, because you're afraid, don't do that. Don't serve like that. Hashem doesn't need your work like that. Serve Hashem only out of love. So for that, to find that love, you need to make huge, deep investigations into your souls, to the depths of your souls. Who am I? Why I don't love Hashem? Hey, I'm upset. Okay, so talk about it. It's like that we said, you're just going to get rid of the filth. It doesn't mean that really that's what you think about Hashem. If now you took a piece of garbage from your house while you're cleaning your house and you throw it, it doesn't mean that something is wrong with the house. The house can be perfect in 2 weeks. But now there's a lot of garbage that you need to throw away. So now if you stand in front of Hashem and you're going to tell him, I'm upset, I hate you, I'm angry, it doesn't mean that this is your level. It means that this is tons of waste and junk that you need to get rid of. And if you're not going to be honest enough to talk to Hashem Yitbarach about it, you will never going to find the roots of your soul. You're never going to find the real link to Hashem, the real connection to Hashem. Because there are so many things that are covering. And if you're going to be stuck... No. We're not opening that Pandora box. No. Not opening it. Why not? What are you going to find over there? Open it! First of all, open it. Before you know, don't open. Open. Now let's deal. Now let's talk. No. What? Yes, now break it to pieces. You're afraid to be insulted. You're afraid. Your wife tells you you've done something wrong. Tell me, I want to hear. If you don't want to hear, you know how many years she will not going to talk. If one time she's going to see that you don't want to hear, you know how many conversations you saved for yourself and actually how many enemies you created to yourself. But if you're just going to confront it, yes, I want to hear, yes, all the way, and then say I'm sorry, and then say I was wrong, and then say I'm apologizing, and then say please tell me again if I'm going to mess up again. And then you saved your life, really. Because then you're going to fix and fix and fix and fix and fix. But if you know, and this we're not talking about, with that I'm not dealing yet, no, that's too much, okay. You're piling your balagan, your mess all around you. And you're not reaching the truth.